Hi and welcome to Developer Learning Zone, brought to you by me, your instructor Alex Headley, and in this TechHelp video we're going to run through the Northwind sample database for SQL Server. But first I'm going to run through the Access version, so I'm presuming that you've come from Access and you're wanting to upgrade your developer experience into SQL Server. So we're going to do a compare and contrast. So if you go to the support site, you can find that there's a Northwind Traders Starter and Developer Edition templates. You can open the template or download it. If you were to open up Access, you'll see in the new there might be the Starter and Dev Edition, or new again. You can search for the templates online. Now I've already created a version of it. You've got the start video you can watch, create yourself as an employee and then log in, and as you can see you've already got forms, there's customers, there's a way to add an order, there's employees, you can see all the different employees. So it's a working database to give you a working example of how to create forms, reports, tables, all of the things that you need to use in Access. And the same equivalent has been created for SQL Server. Now, if you go to GitHub, there's a SQL Server samples repo. Within that, there's some databases and there's a few different ones. So there's Northwind and Pubs are two different ones. And you can see there's also another one, Worldwide Importers and AdventureWorks, which I'll show in some future videos. But for now, there's install Northwind SQL script, and we're going to add this to our database. Now if you click on the SQL, you can then go to raw and then just download this file. It's just a text file or a .sql file you can save. I'll put links to it in the show notes and the blog post. And as you can see, it says this script does not create a database. Run the script in the database you want the objects to be created. The default schema is DBO. So if we open up SQL Server, if you haven't got SQL Server installed, use the previous TechHelp videos to show you how to do that. I've created a SQL Express instance on my machine, and you can create a database. So I'm just going to delete this one for now and then start afresh. So new database, we'll call it Northwind, click OK. And you can see that it's created a new Northwind database for us. I've got a video showing you how to do that if you don't know how, but it's as easy as I've just shown. Right click, create. Now we're going to create a new query, and this is the most important part. You want to make sure that in your database selector you've picked Northwind, because this is where it's going to create all of the new tables and views, etc. If you were to select master, it would put them in there. I've got an existing one for other videos for $5.99, and I've got a report server one for the SSRS stuff that I've been going through. Now if we jump back to GitHub, you can copy that and paste it straight in here, or you could file open, and then you can open a file, and if you've downloaded the file and saved it to your local machine, you could open it from there. Now I'm not going to go through what all of the SQL script does. It's quite involved and I'm going to use future lessons to do that, but for now just make sure that you've selected the correct database. Make backups of everything if you're unsure, and then once you've got this ready, you can just press execute. It'll run the query, and then it says the commands have completed successfully and how long it took, or the completion time even. Now if we right click on the database and refresh, if we now go to tables, you'll see that we have all of the tables. There's also some views. We'll check if there's any stored procedures. Yep. And there's probably various other objects as well. But that's now means we've got some data to work with. Now, if we go back to here, this does say copyright 1994 to 2000. So this was the original, or one of the versions of Northwind. It'll probably mimic an older version of the Access one. So you might not have the same data set here, but if we have a quick look at customers, you can see that there's 91 customers in this set, and there's only 8 here. So they are different, but they've probably got similar fields and values in them. But the principle is that we now have a Northwind database that we can start working with in future videos to explain the different concepts. So if you've got any questions on this, do drop a note in the forum, and check out the subsequent videos coming soon to run through the different object types and how we can work with them. Thanks very much.